Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here to talk again today about the artist's way. I just finished week 2. I have not done my affirmations yet today. This is the one day where I haven't woken up early because it's Saturday. And so I did get my morning pages done, and there was another day this week that I had to go back and finish part of my morning pages later and do my affirmations later. That being said, I am recovering from pneumonia. I've done 2 rounds of antibiotics so far, and so I'm trying to give myself a little bit of a break with that. I never ended up going back to week 1 and doing the letters, mailing the letters. If you hear any noise, my dog Mello is sitting here eating a treat next to me. I did do my morning pages most of the days, but I never went back to week 1 and actually mailed the letters to myself. And I still think I want to go back and do that. I just haven't had a chance. We've had a really busy week as far as things going on at home. Our water heater broke, and the kids had lots of soccer this week. Just a busy week on top of recovery. I did do my artist date this week. My artist date, I don't remember which day it was. I had a doctor's appointment. So we live in the country, in a very small town, and I had a doctor's appointment in one of the larger cities near us, but it's still quite a drive. And I had some Barnes & Noble rewards points for a book, and I have been getting into studying the way that my body is holding trauma and the somatic experience I have, specifically while writing my morning pages. I've noticed a lot of tensing up of my shoulders. I don't know if anybody has been on TikTok and been with me live when I've done any of these sessions. I think I did it 4 times this last week. And it is 5 a.m. Central Time when I do that, so it is early, but I'm adjusting my body a lot while I'm writing. I thought originally it was just because, I have issues with my neck and shoulder anyways, and I know that some of that is from my anxiety and trauma and just some of the things that I have dealt with in my past, and the ways that I have not treated my body very well. But I did think it was interesting that it was coming up specifically during the morning pages. And so, long story short, I went to Barnes & Noble and picked up a book about anxiety and the vagus nerve. I'm reading the book Anchored by Deb Dana. I have the audiobook. And then I picked up The Vagus Nerve Reset by Anna, the Anxiety Coach. That's what I bought for myself on my artist date. It was nice to go to the bookstore, which is my favorite place, and just look at books. And I was alone, so I didn't feel rushed or like I had to be concerned about kids running around and breaking things. It was really a fun, relaxing time for me. I found a book about something that I was interested in, and I am excited to learn more about it. So studying more about embodiment and the vagus nerve is something that I am going to be working on during the duration of the Artist Way as I continue to pay attention to what is showing up in my body. I did do all of the exercises. I did not do, so there's morning and there's morning reading where they want you to go through the basic principles. Every day, morning and night, get quiet and focused and read the basic principles to yourself. Be alert for any attitudinal shifts. Can you see yourself setting aside any skepticism yet? I think I did this one time, so it's probably the one exercise that I didn't follow through with all the way. And I don't see myself wanting to do that every day, twice daily. But I think, a couple times a week would probably be appropriate. I did do my tiny change. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, the trip to the bookstore was nice, and then I got a bonus artist date today. I ended up going, my family is camping right now, and I ended up going to this Oddities and Curiosities fair, and checking out some of the more, like, it's called a dark fair, and it was at this old insane asylum near where I grew up. And I always want to go to those things. I never have a chance to, and I went and walked around. It was also something pretty brave for me to do because I have a hard time around other people. I did notice I was pinching myself a little bit while I was walking through and shopping because I felt overwhelmed by the people there, and it was really difficult, a lot more difficult than I thought. I did get a pretty significant like download or idea for a longer term project that would be quite large and span across different media. It would be like a podcast and an essay series and art pieces, and then be combined together in like a limited edition book. I got that today, and I am going to explore that further. I have had some moments where creating certain things has felt pretty pointless. And so when that has happened, what worked for me is just switching what I'm doing. This sweater is one that I crocheted and I finished a while ago, but I actually have another sweater that I finished last night that I wanted. It's been sitting on my table waiting for me to like weave in the ends and finish the last couple rounds. And so that is what I did. And it was nice to just like switch things up. Our town has a daily alarm go off to test the sirens for tornadoes. I am almost done with my check-in, so I'm not gonna cut that out. And one of the things I found that has helped with my morning pages, I think I talked about this before, is that I've been writing about, I start off writing about my dreams if I remember anything. Then I write about like, events that happened the night before, and then my brain starts to just wander. And so just going down to every time my brain skips to the next thing, I go down a line and I start like what would be a new paragraph, and I start writing. And then as soon as it's like switches, like trail of thoughts again, I go down a line, start writing. My morning pages have been a little bit less whiny this week. And getting up to do them has been a little bit easier. That's all I have for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you are joining in and working through the artist way, let me know in the comments. I am going to continue to try to share updates, and if you want to see what happens in week 3, hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.